morning. Welcome back to Coffee and Colorful Conversation. Make sure my voice is awake today. You know what happens when it's not. I get all raspy and choke through half of my coffee chat. So we are in St. Pete Beach, Florida. So we made it through the night with Elsa. Thank you to those of you who reached out to make sure we were okay. It really means a lot. That's something that I'm so blessed to have with this community, with doing virtual education, is I now have friends from all over the world that when they see a hurricane threat for my home, they're like, "You okay?" It was very nice to hear from people. So we are okay. It was very windy, lots and lots of rain, a little scary. You know, we've only lived here, we're going on 3 years, so this will be our second hurricane threat since we've lived here, but we're blessed to be safe. The house is fine. It seems to be passing through. So thank you for that. I was serenaded by some crazy frogs last night, so I didn't sleep well between the wind, the rain, and the frogs. I actually felt bad for the frogs because at least I was inside and feeling a little nervous. They're outside in that wind, so they were going crazy. So that kept me up half the night. So if I'm a little spacey today, I just didn't get enough sleep. Hopefully a good nap, a good rainy day nap today. So I wanted to check in. I own a hair salon for over 30 years, and one of my downfalls as a type A person, I'm very take charge, get it done, make things happen, but I often fly solo. I'm always doing things that I think need to be done, coming up with ideas on my own, and I rarely look around and ask for crowd approval, which is good and bad because somebody has to take charge, right? And sometimes when you ask, love you, safe trip. Sometimes when you ask too many opinions, you end up confusing yourself. So I've gotten in the habit of just, picking something that I think is relevant and moving forward. So I've been doing this long enough to know that there could be things that you are all looking for as far as hair color education that maybe I am assuming, which we all know what assuming is. Assuming makes an ass out of you and me, assume. I remember learning that when I was young, and it's true. We can't ever assume anything. So if I assume that you want more knowledge on formulation, and you're like, oh my gosh, woman, enough with the formulation. We want more technique, or we want more of the business of hair color. We want more, how to attract new clients to get them in our chair. So I would love to check in with you right now and just ask you, what would you like? Today, especially with this weather, I will be filming my next individual training. Most of you know I have several different offers in education, from my book that's $25 all the way to a 1-year membership that's $597. So in between, there are a lot of opportunities. So I like to update those and keep it fresh, because if I want you to be in my world and follow my education, I can't keep offering you the same class over and over and over again. So my crowd pleasers so far have been Let's Go Glazy Crazy, where I break down every single Shades EQ color and what it actually means, like break down what is in a bottle of NA, what is in a GI, and so forth. So that's been one of the most popular, as well as my class, Let's Kick Brass. I've taught it in person live at multiple in-person hair shows. It's one of my favorites to teach because several light bulb moments happen in that class. I get a lot of blank stares in the beginning of the class and a lot of smiles and hugs at the end. When I share with people what it took me 30 some years to figure out of what can and cannot be done in regards to brassiness in hair, in lightening hair. So that has been super popular, but it also has been around for probably 5 years now. So a lot of you are the same people looking for more. So let me give you more and help me pick what the more should be. Something that you would watch from the comfort of your home. It would be you purchase it and you watch it whenever you want. It's not something you have to show up live to, which is something that I'm doing more of, because what I found with my live sessions is my mailbox would blow up with, can I watch this on the replay? I'm not available that day and time. Can I watch this again later? You know, when can I sign up even though I can't make it? So that happened a lot. So now I'm doing the individual classes. You purchase it, you own it, you can watch it as many times as you want, and you can have your own little, you know, if it's a technique, you can have your own hands-on class, prop your computer up and do it in the comfort of your own salon suite or salon or home. So let me see if we have any comments in here with people weighing in on what they would prefer. Good morning, Sarah. Carolyn, thank you. Carolyn said, happy to hear you're okay. Good morning, Tammy. That's okay. Jackie, good morning. Hope, Sharon. So everybody's just saying good morning. Verta said more clients. Okay. Jackie, formulation. Jackie, you're getting lots of formulation. You're already a member. This conversation is more for people who are not yet a member of the Hair Color Secrets Insider. You get every training that I do, you automatically get as a member. So you're already hooked up. Being that I'm about to open a suite, I'd love business advice. Okay. See, I kind of steer clear of the business only stuff because there's so many coaches that do only business, and I know you all follow a lot of them. So I'm kind of like, I try to stay in my lane, but I do have a lot of experience with client attraction and building brand new stylists for 30 years. Claire said, love your hands-on training. And Claire, you're also a member, so you get all the goods. Carolyn, I'd like to know how to handle client no-shows. We have had a rash of new client. Carolyn, there is no excuse for no-shows. You have to have systems in place. So I could do a training about that, but it's pretty straightforward. It's have a policy, tell your clients that there's a policy, have them sign off on the policy, take their credit cards, and actually charge them when they don't show up. You have to, it's like having a toddler and threatening to take a toy away and then getting busy talking to your girlfriend on the phone and letting them have the toy, or telling them they're punished and then letting them go to the party. All those things of parenting apply to the salon. What we allow gets repeated. So when you're allowing those no-shows, they have no skin in the game. They know they don't have anything to lose. You lost your paycheck, but they didn't lose anything not showing up. So the minute they lose money for not showing up, you're going to get a proper cancellation window and you're going to get more respect on the no-shows. Lori says, I want it all. Misty, yes, Misty. There's always room for another member in the Insider. We have an amazing group. A lot of them are on here right now. Michael's on here. She just joined. Jackie's on here. We have a lot of members on here. They still show up for my coffee chats, even though they get more than that they probably need of me, spending a year with me. So yes, you are welcome to join anytime and jump into the Insider program. We're having our in-person retreat. We already have 15 spots full. We max out at like 45, 50. So I'm only selling the retreat to members right now. If we don't sell out with members, I may open it up to others, but I usually only have members and a member guest. If a member wants to bring a guest, we open that up after all the members get a shot at those spots, because we have too many members and not enough retreat spots. Hope, corrective color. Yeah, I think corrective color is something that Michael, bleaching and glazing. Corrective color can be so much easier than we make it out to be. I find that when I see people's steps that they're doing in other forums of how they chose to correct something, they in fact created a bigger correction. One of the biggest offenders, in my humble opinion, I'm not a chemist, I never claimed to be, I am a busy hairdresser who has physically done color for 35 years, very successfully, including a lot of really good corrective saves of other people's messes, both at home and professional. So I think in corrective, I have done hair for 35 years. I have yet to do what everyone's calling a bleach bath. I have never applied bleach on an entire head to correct something that went too dark, ever. I take much different steps and a much different approach because I'm worried about respecting the canvas of the hair. The hair can only take so much. What happens is most people who have that correction, what we don't realize is we get a phone call. Hi, my name is Mary. I'm so upset. I put a box on my hair because of COVID and I just wanted to cover my gray and it went so dark. It's like black and I just want to be back to my natural color. And you're like, okay. And you schedule the amount of time that you think it's going to need, which is a lot to get somebody from, oops, I went too dark to their quote natural, which is never happening. And then you start talking to them and you start the service and you see that there is a heck of a lot more going on underneath that black home hair dye than just black home hair dye. There could be vivid underneath. There could be old highlights underneath. There's a history. So most women hold on to their hair like this baby security blanket, like their little binky. They need to have this certain length of hair. And imagine what that hair has been through coming from here all the way down to here. We know how fast hair grows, right? Like this much per month. So let's see what that looks like. January, February, March, April, May, June, July, August, September, October, November, December. Think about how long this hair all the way down here has been on the head and how much abuse it has taken with, in my case, blow drying, curling irons, all over retouch on my gray, highlights, glazing, reglazing, all of those different procedures. The hair, it has it still on there. We've altered that hair permanently. So all of that history is in there. So when you get surprised when you're doing a correction, it's because you didn't take the time to do a longer consultation, which in my opinion is the most, valuable class you'll ever take, is really doing a proper consultation. My guess is if I put on my Facebook group, here's an offer, a virtual class on consultation, no one will buy it because you don't understand that is more important, the consultation, than the actual act of removing the color. Because what you hear in a consultation will give you the breadcrumbs. It's like Hansel and Gretel, like they're leading you to exactly what you need to do by you digging further into what the heck is going on in that hair. Think about the last time you did a corrective color. You're looking at the clock, you're looking at the head, you're like, oh crap, it's dark, I need bleach. You whip up your bleach, you start slapping bleach on, you're racing against the clock because it's coming up in some areas and not in others. If they did their hair darker and their hair was already dark, this is probably still natural and wasn't colored. So you're putting this bleach wash on the regrowth. We all know the regrowth lightens faster than the mids and ends. So now you just created a big hot mess that could have been fixed so much simpler. I'm a big fan of Malibu products. My ultimate favorite color remover was the Pravana hair color extractor. It is no longer available. It's off the market. My second one after that would be I think it was Rusk Eliminate. That no longer is on the market. Like every single product that I ever used as my crutch for taking color out of the hair is no longer. So God only knows what it did to my health that they're taking it off the market because it was a very popular, very successful product. Jack Martin, if you all know Jack Martin, he does those extreme silver gray makeovers. He uses Pravana color remover in most of his services, and he just stocked up when he heard they were going out of production. He stocked up and still has some. Lucky him. I couldn't get any. I would pay anything to get a bottle of that because it only lifted the artificial color. It did not mess with the natural, and it was very controlled and even lift. I loved it. It was the only color remover I ever recommended in any of my classes. So that being said, I tend to take the gentle approach of some Malibu products first, get as much lift and shift as I can get, and then I start to go in with dimensional foils and I take the client on a journey, a process over months. We talk about it verbally, we write it written physically contract of what we're proposing, the pricing, everything to protect me from that client saying, I'm not light enough. You didn't get me light enough. When they hear what we say and they agree with us until they get the bill and they don't get what they want. And then they're like, you said, and you're like, no, I didn't. And then it's your word against their word. So we have corrective color consent forms that's also included in the membership. I give all of my forms in the membership. Patch test form, corrective color form, new client cancellation, sign off on that. And we have evolved into doing all of our forms on the computer. We're all automated. So no more wasting paper, no more storing all these signed forms in a filing cabinet. We used to have, you can imagine the amount of clients who have come through the salon over 30 years and all of those signed forms that you want to hold on to because you want to be covered if something, God forbid, ever happens. But it gets a bit crazy with all the wasted ink and paper and just trying to be more environmentally conscious. Tracy said, amen. It's training your clients how to treat you. That's so true. It's what we allow expands and is repeated. Lisa is a member and she's asking how to access the forms. Lisa, it sounds like you jumped ahead, girlfriend. When someone joins the membership, there's a video in the beginning that's me saying, hey, welcome. I recommend you do this, this, and this. I always recommend that you start in the beginning of the library with start here because you'll go in order and it sets you up for success. Step one is welcome to the membership. This is the Facebook group. This is where our coaching calls are. This is, where we do this, that, and the other. It's just like housekeeping. And then step two, the first module is all the forms to protect you. So it's in I believe it's module 1. And it's color consent forms, patch test forms. Now, Michael, I know you're from the UK, and I know in Europe there's totally different standards with the patch test. So that may not be all that you need. So just be aware of that. They're in the library, in the Hair Color Secrets Insider Library. As soon as you go in there, you see module 1, module 2, module 3. Here, let me look. And you can also, if you're using the search bar, you can put it into your search bar to find anything. Sorry, coffee chatters that aren't members. I hate to be sidetracked, but I got to take care of my members, right? So in the app, it's module 2, professional forms to protect us. That's on the app. So module 1, the power of branding. Module 2, professional forms. Module 3, the power of Demi. So go in order. I can't stress that enough. People join and they get excited and they're like, she always talks about that bullshit balayage that, she created from Tracy Cunningham and Johnny Ramirez and Ian. And she took those 3 techniques and made this technique up. And I want that first. So they jump to that. But if you don't do all the other modules leading up to it, you're going to do the bullshit balayage and you may not prep the hair the way that I would say to prep it. You may not glaze the hair the way that I would say to glaze it. So you're doing yourself a big disservice bouncing all over. You have an entire year to get through it. So stay in order and do those things, print out those forms, and you will be an entirely different colorist at the end of the year than you are right now. I promise. There is so much juicy information in there. We have so many guests in there. We have Joe Blackwell giving us motivation. She was amazing in there. We have Sonia Dove. We have Beth Minardi. We have Vivian McKinder. We have Philip Wilson. We have Michael Cole. I reached out to everyone that was my hero and mentor in my entire career and invited them as guests in the program. A lot of people are 6 months into the program, and I can look and see where they are in their course. They haven't even gone into the guest artist section yet to see the Joe Blackwells, the Vivians, all that. They're still in all the stuff that I offer. So it's a lot. So when people say, oh, I don't know, I don't want to join for the year, join for the year. You get fearless foiling, fearless formulation, or fast and fearless foiling, fearless formulation. Let's go glazy crazy. Let's kick brass. The entire library of 180 videos, all of those guest artist videos, any pop-up trainings that I do go right into the library. Anytime I have a guest, right into the library. You have access to the podcast from there, access to the prior coaching calls. So if you join now, you can watch all the coaching calls since the insiders have existed. So you can watch coaching calls from 2.5 years ago when you weren't even a member. So you're actually getting even more value. You're getting 3 years worth of membership for the price of one. So I never hold back. I put everything into this membership. It is my entire career right now. It's my life. So especially in these hurricane times, I need to be busy. I need to be distracted because it's pretty damn scary when you look outside and the winds are whipping and you're stuck inside. We equate these summer storms to our winters in PA. You know, I used to be under the blanket on the couch, just binge watching Netflix. I don't even know if there's a Netflix series left that I have not watched. My kids are like, Mom, have you gotten up and walked around the house today at all? Like, you need to get moving because there's really nothing to do. I mean, we have 360 days of sunshine here. So when it's not sunny, Tracy knows. Tracy's on here and she comes here a lot. Her daughter lives here. I hope she's going to live here someday soon. So we get together when she comes and, you know, it's, do you want to go to the beach? Do you want to go sit on the, you know, close to the water and have lunch? Everything's outside. So when you can't go outside, I'm like, oh, I need to create a new training. So Michael says, I'm blown away with all the information. It's brilliant, well worth the money. Thank you, Michael. I appreciate that. I really do give 150% to this membership. The only thing that I can't do is drive to your house, sit with you with a cup of coffee, which that's another story I'm going to fill you in with soon. I can't go to your house and turn your computer on. That's the only thing I can't do is force feed you the information. If you go all in, as a lot of our members have, I watch their progress. Our coaching call this month, I'm sharing member progress. I'm sharing their before and afters of things that they did that they can't even believe that they did so soon in the membership. These people just joined in May. It's early July. I don't even know what today is, July 8th, July 7th. So it's July 7th. They joined May 4th, May 5th, something like that. So they're getting all this progress and they're connecting with other members. When we do the retreat in March, the purpose of the retreat is so much more than just seeing each other in person and having a more, you know, close up and personal experience. It's about those relationships that started in the Facebook group. When we get together, we're like a bunch of sorority sisters that feel like we've known each other forever because of the community piece in the membership. So some people are like, oh, you know, it's online education. I don't get it. You know, I can't really learn from that. Trust me, community is important. I live somewhere where I know 3 people. Since I've moved here, I know 3 people. If I didn't have this community and these relationships, I would be going crazy with not having human contact. People in my community care about, like, I can't tell you how many members are somewhere near me and they'll be vacationing an hour away and they'll reach out and say, hey, can we have coffee? I'll come to you. I'm like, my God, you're on vacation. Let's at least meet halfway. I'll come halfway. You come halfway. Let's meet. And I love that. I love that they actually want to come and see me because they think they know me from our relationship, from me jumping on a quick FaceTime when they're in crisis, when they have a client in their chair, and me jumping on and saying, oh, no, don't use that. Do this for 6 minutes, this for 8 minutes, and you will be perfectly, you know, at your goal. And they're thrilled that they had that emergency phone a friend. So that's what I'm here for. You know, I can't, you know, talk to everybody one-on-one every second of every day, but I am here. I am here for everyone in the group and everything that you need. So if there, especially members, if there's something that's not in the membership, which I can't imagine anything other than perming, Brazilian blowouts, it's all color. I don't get into updos. I don't get into anything but color. But if you're looking for more of the business end of it, like I said, I shied away from that because I didn't want to step on anyone's toes who that's their niche, is more like the business end of things. But I can offer any of my experience and any advice as far as business. I've been very successful. I'm still around, and there's a lot of salons going under because of the new suite model, and our staff is very loyal and very happy because we take care of them and we love them like family. They're our family. They've been in my family, some of them longer than my kids. So, you know, that's a big deal. So I definitely do. I love, you know, doing different topics, but definitely lean more towards actual hair color, fundamental things versus business and client attraction. So, Sylvia, we do have to schedule a meet. Are you saying, do you have to schedule to meet with me one-on-one? I offer one-on-one coaching to members and non-members. So the member price is different than the non-member price. So if you're not a member yet and you just want to have a one-on-one with me, I also offer those. Just email me, go onto my website. There's a, you know, information button. My website's expertcolorsolutions.com, and just ask for a one-on-one. I'm happy to do those anytime. I do a one-on-one with a woman in Scotland every month. So I do one-on-one coaching as well. Deanna said, the membership has helped me to not feel like I'm in timeout being alone. Yes, very much so. It's wonderful for the community of the suite model. It can be lonely in a suite to not have somebody to bounce things off of, or, you know, what would you do with this woman, or what do you think, and that kind of thing. It's nice to have that community. And I'm so proud to say that people answer before I even get to it. Like, I'm pretty on it. When I get a message, like this morning, I didn't even put my glasses on yet. I picked up my phone and there was a member question, and I went in and was typing out the answer on my phone without even, you know, brushing my teeth or putting my glasses on. Like, it was immediate. But most times, as quickly as I get to it, there's two members that got to it before me, and they gave an answer that is exactly what I would have given, because they've been in the membership a while and they know how I would answer, or they now answer that way because they're a different colorist than they were before. So I love that. Oh, you're right across the bridge? Absolutely. I would love to get together when it's not Hurricane Elsa. Absolutely. Reach out anytime, Sylvia. I would love to meet up with you. Pam says, I love being a member and going at my own pace when I have time. I love how organized it all is. I love that it marks completed when I'm done with one part because I can keep up with where I am. I love that you have great chats that I can listen to when I can't really watch. I love that I relate to your story so much. I could go on and on as to things. Thank you, Pam. I love that. And I believe you're already signed up, aren't you, for the retreat? We're going to have fun. I have two amazing educators coming to the retreat that I'm super excited about. I mean, just one of the educators at the retreat, one of her classes is $500. So that would be the whole entire price almost of the retreat just for her. And I have another educator and lots other activities and food, and we have a lot of fun. So if you are a member, get your spot saved now, because again, we only have 50 spots and there's almost 300 members. So again, I didn't open it up to guests yet until we see that no other members are trying to come, because of course they have first priority. But yeah, get your deposit in. The balance is not due until November, so just get that deposit in so I know you're coming. And the rooms are getting sold out. The little hotel that we stay at is this mom and pop basic hotel, but it's right on the water. There's beautiful yachts outside your window. And they gave us a rate that is practically free. It's spring break, Clearwater Beach, Florida, prime season, March, where it's like beautiful here and cold everywhere else. They held 20 rooms for us. And I talked to them the other day because I needed a room for one of the educators, and they were like, oh, they're getting really full. You only have a few left. So I was like, oh, awesome. So people are getting on it, and it's literally, there's tons of hotels you can stay in, but for the rate and the location, you literally wake up, get dressed, You go down the elevator, you take 10 steps across this little boardwalk, and you're at class. So there's no worrying about a rental car, driving to class, worrying about coffee and all that stuff at the usual hair events. I have you covered for everything. You just have to roll out of bed and come as you are. We tell people show up in yoga pants, shorts, come in your bathing suit, come as you are. It's all about fun, relaxing, and retreat mode. It's not your buttoned up, business event where you have to be in your blazer and your pumps and your accessories. Pumps, who says pumps? Your heels. Showing my age there. So I'm losing my voice. I'm at 30 minutes. I try to keep these to 30 minutes. So thanks for listening. If you're listening on the replay and you're in your car, thanks for listening to me for my coffee chats. I'm here every Wednesday, barring, Stacy last night checked in on me and she's like, are you going to be at coffee chat? I'm like, as long as I have power and, internet Wi-Fi doesn't go out with the storm, I will be here. I'm always here. So I got your back. I'm here for you. And I would love to be part of your colorful journey as your mentor, your coach, and your friend. I will see you all soon.